Bitcoin is holding on to life support, and 99% of the crypto traders are about to get wrecked. I'm going to be talking about that exactly in today's update video. Need to be giving you an update about Bitcoin, what is going to be happening next with the current data we are having in the market, what's going to be happening with Ethereum, with this rejection we are getting, and many more things we need to discuss. So today's update video is definitely going to be an important one. So as always, let's get started with a shorter time frame. And in that shorter time frame, Bitcoin is still holding on to this uptrend, these Bitcoin EMA ribbons to the upside on that daily time frame. This is going to be crucial live support for Bitcoin, as well as that previous low right over here. And in my opinion, if we're going to be losing this level of support, Bitcoin could definitely be headed even lower to this support box over here, to this level of liquidity right over here. But however, do keep in mind that we are still trading in an uptrend at this moment. Arguably, we're still holding on to this uptrending level of support. Okay, we must close this daily candle a little bit higher with a bit of a bounce. It's going to be looking pretty dangerous as of right now, but arguably we can still be holding this support. On top of that, still trading inside of this range and still arguably holding this level of support right over here. And the funding rates are trading negative over on Bybit, on majority of the exchanges below the neutral point. And we can be seeing this, for example, on Ethereum as well. Ethereum is rallying to the upside and the funding rates are still relatively extremely low. This is telling us that the majority of the crypto market is trading short at this moment, and whenever the majority is trading short, we usually go to the opposite direction, and right now that would be to the upside. On top of that, the global liquidity is also still moving to the upside. It's continuing to rise. So this is also indicating us that it's going to be pretty likely that this uptrend will remain to hold and that we are going to be setting just another higher low and eventually just going to be making new higher highs again. That is going to be my most likely scenario, what I think is going to happen most likely. But if we are going to be losing this crucial level of support for Bitcoin, I do think we could be headed a bit lower and grab the liquidity down below. Now, yesterday I've been sharing that potentially we could be dipping to this previous level of support right over here, but I've been reanalyzing the charts and I do think that in the case that we're going to be seeing another drop to the downside, we can be grabbing the liquidity down below that previous low and we can be dipping our toes a little bit deeper inside of this level of support right over here. Okay, retesting this crucial level of support for Bitcoin, grabbing the liquidity below that previous low, and in that case, I do think we can be bouncing and reversing back to the upside. So yeah, pick your side, either be bullish right over here right now, or expect a little bit of lower price action for Bitcoin, but inevitably that trend is going to be to the upside, and I do think we're going to be creating new higher highs. Although the Bitcoin top is going to be coming in close, need to be talking about that exactly a bit later. Well, I do think in a shorter time frame, we are still going to be expecting new higher highs. So that is going to be the exact reason why I'm sitting in all of these long positions still at this moment. More about that exactly a bit later. But yeah, we have been getting more data in the market. Yesterday, we have been having the meeting with Trump and Zelensky and a lot of EU leaders. And at this moment, we can see that Russian President Putin to meet in person with Ukrainian President Zelensky to discuss the ending of the war. We're definitely moving into the right direction, it looks like. So I'm optimistic, I'm hopeful about this. Yesterday, after the meeting, we have seen Trump calling Putin. So definitely, we are moving into the right direction. On top of that, rate cuts are still going to be on the table for the next meeting, FOMC meeting in September. So markets are looking great at this moment. I've been sharing in my private Telegram group, which is free to join, exactly what my game plan will be what I'm going to be doing next and how I'm going to be printing and profiting in this current market. So make sure to be joining that with the first link down below. It is free to join. Anyways, for Ethereum, this is going to be absolutely crucial because I have a lot of data and a lot of charts prepared for Ethereum. First of all, we have been getting a rejection from that previous all-time high, right? This is going to be a strong, huge level for Ethereum. And yeah, a rejection from of this level definitely was to be expected. But right now, we are moving to that previous level of resistance right over here. And this one, I think, will be turning into support. And if we reach back to this level right over here, it's going to be a massive, massive opportunity. Now, either we're going to be dipping our toes straight away into this level if Bitcoin is indeed going to be headed a bit lower, or potentially we could see a bit of a bounce for Ethereum, then dip lower and then move back to the upside. Definitely, I think one of these two scenarios is going to be playing out for Ethereum. But anyways, I am still going to be extremely bullish on Ethereum. I'm still going to be expecting much higher prices for Ethereum. Because of all of the charts that I've prepared. First of all, I do want to be talking about this fact because every single correction we have been having in this Ethereum rally has been getting shorter and shorter, both time-wise and price-wise. So it could be to be expected to see a bit of a bottom getting initiated for Ethereum soon. That is going to be the reason why I might be expecting a bit of a bounce, then maybe a correction lower, and then back higher again. Like you can see, every Ethereum correction has been getting less severe. On top of that, we are getting a massive breakout on that monthly time frame from this symmetrical triangle pattern. This is not to be ignored. At the same time, ETH-BTC is hitting this previous level of resistance, turning into support. And even if you zoom out, you can also see this massive level was also a massive level in the past for ETH-BTC, and also the next target has also been a massive level in the past. So keep these two levels in mind. This is going to be definitely strong level of support, and the next target is going to be the 0.04 level. It's going to be strong resistance. But anyways, for that longer time frame, we have been putting in a massive pivot. That longer time trend is going to be that money will be rotating from Bitcoin into Ethereum, and that ETH-BTC is about to rise. I'm targeting this level of resistance over here, the range highs. And we can see that for the ETF inflows, or the total holding ratio, it is catching back up because the ETFs are accumulating Ethereum like massively again. Compared to Bitcoin, most of the inflows are coming into Ethereum at this moment. They definitely know what's up. We are seeing smart money and large investors accumulating Ethereum at this moment, while retail is selling off. I've seen this unstaking queue, and this unstaking queue is mostly from small retail investors, while large investors are buying up Ethereum heavily. So I'm definitely following the smart money. The smart money is accumulating right now, while for the CME charts, we can see the Ethereum net shorts are at all-time highs, at record highs. But I think this will be causing a massive short squeeze. I couldn't find the exact chart, but I still remember very well that during the Bitcoin bear market, during around 2023, around that time, during the consolidation of Bitcoin at 20k, 30k, well, that time we also saw the same exact chart on Bitcoin. And after that happened, we saw a large consolidation. And then eventually, once we moved to the upside, we never looked back, and we pretty much just only went up. Okay, so right now the same exact thing is happening with Ethereum. I wouldn't say this is a bearish thing. I would say that as long as these large investors are going to be accumulating Ethereum even more, which it is looking like they're going to be doing that with their huge money they're raising at this moment. As long as that's going to be happening, I think all of these shorts will be actually getting squeezed out. Short sellers at this moment will be buyers soon. They will be either buyers at the bottoms, at the lows, right? But most likely they will get liquidated and they'll be buying back at higher prices again, pushing up the prices even further with a massive short squeeze. So the same thing like has been happening with Bitcoin right over here. This entire bull market, I think, will be happening with Ethereum. You're still early to Ethereum. So guys, if you're going to be getting interested in trading Ethereum, you can still claim claim a free 1k Ethereum trade with that second link down below. It's insane. You can claim a 1k free Ethereum trade and also including a 30k deposit bonus and 25% trading fee discount at whatever you're going to be depositing. Let's say if you deposit 5k USDT, you're going to be getting another 5k Ethereum free trade. So that's insane. Start trading over on the weeks. Check out that link down below and claim insane bonuses. Anyways, for that longer time frame, I definitely do think Bitcoin is close to be topping out. It's very close to be topping out. I want to be getting more cautious and more careful on Bitcoin. Yes, I do still think that in an imminent short term, we could be moving up a little bit more and a little bit further, but that is just because I think during that time, it's going to be the beginning of the end. And the altcoins can be exploding, while Bitcoin is just going to be entering a redistribution range right over here. So that is going to be the exact reason I think we're going to be peaking out with euphoria and retail FOMO again, like we have seen every single cycle. So that is exactly the reason why I think Bitcoin can be headed a bit higher in a short time frame, but in that longer time frame, definitely get very cautious on Bitcoin because I do think that we are about to top out anytime soon. Now, I've been saying this much earlier. I've been saying this ever since this period right over here. If you have been following me since this period right over here, I've been saying, because a lot of people right over here have been calling for tops too. I've been saying very often, no, the top is not in here yet. I think this cycle we are going to be seeing a double Bitcoin bearish divergence, and then we're going to be topping out. I've been saying it literally from this point right over here. I've been saying it for a very long time. I've not been calling for tops right over here. I've not been calling for tops right over here. I've not been calling for tops right over here. You can see it over on here. This is my record. This is exactly what I've been doing, and I've been saying for a very long time, eventually I will be calling for tops, and when I will call for tops, everybody will hate me for that. Nobody will like me for that, but I'm just going to be keeping it real. I'm just going to be keeping it honest. Whenever I think the top is going to be coming in close, I will be telling it to you guys. So either follow me or don't follow me. Yesterday in the live stream, I've made this comparison where I'm just going to be dollar cost averaging out for Bitcoin right over here. Same thing as I've been dollar cost averaging in during these bear market bottoms right over here. Well, just compare it to the current situation, right? I think we're going to be creating the same exact range, and then we're going to be moving to the upside again. Inversely correlated, right? So it's basically this same exact moment again, but right now just inverted, right? So I want to be dollar cost averaging out during around a top, which is going to be getting created right now. I hope that clears up a lot of things for most of you guys out there. But during this top formation, like I've said, I think we're going to be seeing a redistribution and money flowing into altcoins, into Ethereum. So I'm mega bullish on Ethereum and altcoins still. I think altcoins will be exploding during this last part of the cycle. Bitcoin dominance is starting to crash. We are seeing a dead cross moving below the 50 moving average and the 200 moving average. So yeah, everything is lining up like we have been talking about for a long time, while everybody has been hating, while everybody has been getting bearish. Well, I'm going to be very bullish. I'm going to be sticking to my word, and I'm going to be absolutely printing in this market. I've still set a buy order at the 4.1k level. If you want to know exactly what I'm doing in absolute real time with all of my trades over here, make sure to join the Platinum group with the first link down below, and also start printing in this moment. Right now is going to be the time to be joining that Platinum group, not when I'm going to be in a massive profit, but the time to join will be when I'm opening up these trades, when I'm at break even, and when you can enter yourself and my exact entries as well. Whenever I'm already going to be in a massive profit soon, well, then you're already going to be too late. The time to join is now, and take advantage from the market now with the current opportunities we are seeing. Anyways, check out all of the links down below, start trading over on weeks, and guys, I'll see you in another update video tomorrow morning.